All right, let me formally introduce myself. My name is Stanley Ewo Mazino Uti, and by the special grace of God, I'm from this community. On behalf of the Btw Okpe Isoko, I want to formally welcome and introduce Dima Art and Craft Crew. This craft crew are international. Everything that is happening in the scope of Africa, when you talk about tradition, they have all in their archive. So you are welcome to the palace of Otota, the speaker of the community. Otota Merigwe. Awunanya iti Rwanda, so we're very right.
Demand art and craft. All the clue, you are welcome. I have to sincerely give thanks to God for today, who give us the grace to exist. And I welcome you people to Okpe Isoko Kingdom. The Okpe Isoko Kingdom is a kingdom that have almost 16 to 18 communities. And I can easily name some. I'm speaking on behalf of my Royal Majesty, F.O. Agbabe Obollo-II, the Ovia of Okpe Isoko Kingdom. And my name is Chief Uti Daniel Emwabe, the clan Oteta of the kingdom. And I welcome you people. Let's start from our culture by presenting a kola nut and a wedge. And one thing with the kola nut is the only nut that does not understand any foreign language. So I will beg your pardon to permit me to use the only language the kola nut can understand. Obe man wado, Isoko man wado, Urobo man wado, Igbo man wado, Igbo kwenu. Okay, hayo ubiere, orisoko, orotoko wai kluna, on meroko wai, ugo no 2000, kirosho labedu, mifiye yeri, on bakore robere, oti yerite no, udi no iboru, narise no godon, oti yerite, hayo in meroko wai, na mebiru aife mo ofie men, narise no, His Royal Majesty, F.O. Agbabe Obollo-II, the Ovia of Okpe Isoko, while I'm the clan Oteta, the spokesman of this great kingdom. Hayo Arnabobi and Miracle Waikluna to why they gave you Shagware.
Do I qualify to do this?
Yes.
You know, say, now I beg your pardon. I know that Kulano does not understand the English language and they understand only the local language. But at this point, since we are talking to the Almighty God through the kola nut and our great ancestors through the kola nut, so for now, the kola nut will understand English language because God understands English language and understand all the language in the world.
Yes.
So please, that is why I say I beg your pardon to use English. Otuta.
Daniel.
Otuta. Merigwesa. Today we are in Okpe Isoko, the great history and unique kingdom in Isoko as a whole. And you receive us as the Otuta of Okpe Isoko Kingdom. I say, I'm holding your kola in my hand. I said, who bring kola, bring peace, and it brings unity. And we all will break this kola in one accord, peacefully and in unity, and love, And as for that, you presenting kola nut for us, favor will never depart from your house.
Amen.
Our ancestors will continue to guide you and keep you for us. And wisdom and knowledge will not depart from you. God will give you the grace to continue to pilot the effects of all the Okpe kingdom, to see things and handle things as it ought to be. You will never go wrong. You will always do the rightful things.
Hi, it's still your girl Dima Art and Craft, the Queen of African Culture. So still on the history of the Isoko Asian Kingdom, how they migrated, their rich culture, their unique history, and those things that they know Isoko people will see on the history. Today we are in Okpe Isoko. Yes, they have unique culture, they have unique history, they have good cultural values that they have, they practice, their tradition here that the world needs to know about them. So today I am in the palace of the second in command of the Okpe Isoko, the Otuta of the Okpe Isoko, the spokesperson. When you talk about spokesperson, when you are looking at the history, the culture, the tradition of the Okpe Isoko, he is the person that is in the right position to tell you the history and their culture. So I am in the right place. So guys, follow me as you be listening to him. I see remain your girl, the Mazanka, the Queen of African Culture. So keep following as we bringing you the rich culture of Africa, the rich culture of our people. The essence of having this platform is to have a space for our people to tell their history themselves, how they migrated, their rich culture themselves, and not allowing the white people to come and write our history for us. So keep following my channel. So welcome to my channel today, guys. Let's go there. Otete. 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 I greet you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So I am Dima Art and Craft.
You are welcome.
Thank you, sir. We are here for the rich culture, the history of the Okpe Isoko. There's no way we will do the history of Isoko without coming to the Okpe Isoko. Like I was told that they have unique culture. They have so many good culture that they practice here that is very unique, that makes them very different from other people. So I'm here for us to know the history so that our children out there can know that this is my history. Any child from Isoko can be able to tell their history. This is how we do, this is what we do, this is what we don't do. And when you're doing something wrong, you know that yes, this is not my culture. So that is why I'm here today. And from the information, you are the second in command, the spokesperson of the Okpe Isoko. So I believe I'm in the right position, in the right place, sir. Thank you.
First and foremost, I have to welcome the man and art and craft. Myself is Chief Daniel Uti, the clan of the Btw Erhowa Okpe Isoko Kingdom, and I'm here to tell the man the culture of Okpe Isoko and how the Okpe Isoko migrated from Ife, not Benin.
From Ife?
Yes, we migrated from Ife. The Okpe Isoko is the first community that came from Ife that settled in Isoko land. That is why the name is Okpe Isoko. If somebody is telling you that another community migrated first and settled in Isoko, that is pure lie.
Okpe Isoko migrated first?
Yes, from Ife. And they passed through the clique, Ase clique, and they settled in one lake called Okele.
Okele?
Yes. Ase, they passed through Ase clique. And they settled in Okele. Then after this slave trade, they were disturbing them in that environment. They have to move from that place and settled again in this land called Okpe Isoko. So I'm here speaking on behalf of my Royal Majesty F.O. Agbabe Obollo II, the Ovie of Okpe Isoko, and I am the clan Oteta, which means I am the Prime Minister of this kingdom, the second in command. And Okpe Isoko is a community that welcomes strangers. We love strangers, because it's only stranger that can make a community to grow. If you go to the town, you will see the biggest stores owned by strangers, because we entertain, we love our people. Apart from that, we have a culture. We have so many culture which we perform, like marriage, burial ceremonies, and others. And we have one deity called Ozoro, and it's a festival. We do it as a festival every 3 years, which will be done this year by June, July, August. When I got the date, I will inform you people to come and cover it, so that the Nigeria and every outside, they will see what we do here. Then apart from that, we have a fertile land. Everything we do here about farming is very, very fertile. You can see, if you go outside my compound, you will see people doing a palm oil. I have a farm of palm oil. I have the where it's being processed. If you go to my backyard now, you will see a farm of pepper, which is very, very good. And they are doing well. And Okpe Isoko we are talking about here has almost 16 to 18 communities. Like when we talk of Okpe, we have Ozoro. Ozoro migrated from Okpe Isoko and settled in Ozoro. That is why you see one of their deities called Okpe Erhowa Okpe.
The Ozoro people migrated from here.
Yes, they migrated from here to Ozoro. That is why they named that dentist Erhowa Okpe. If we talk about Ofagbe, the same thing. Ofagbe migrated from here to Ofagbe. These are largest community. When we talk about Ororobe, Ororobe migrated from here to Ororobe, which is in Yoruba land. For a few days now, I heard that they are arguing about Okpe Urobo, Okpe this. No. Is Ororobe. Why they call him Ororobe was the last child of Okpe that moved away from here and settled in Ororobe. That is Urereokpe. Urereokpe. That is the last child that moved away. Then we have other communities that are here with us, like Osifo, Obweto. We have Onogboko, we have Ige, we have Itebie. So many of them which I cannot even count. Yes, they are Isoko communities. It's just where they settled, they now cut them from Okpe Isoko, and they are now bearing Bayelsa. So these are the things that comprise, that make Okpe Isoko as a kingdom.
This community you mentioned and bearing Bayelsa, are they settling here or in Bayelsa?
In Bayelsa, they settle in Bayelsa. They move away from here and settle in Bayelsa land.
They still come here to do?
Yes, they come here to do everything. When we have the festival, the communities, all those communities are mentioning, they will come and celebrate with us.
brothers and sisters.
as brothers and sisters. So if you have any further question which you need from me, I'm ready to answer you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. When you mentioned, you said that Okpe migrated from Ife and settled here first, and settled somewhere first.
In Okele.
Settled in Okele.
A lake.
A lake.
Yes.
Before settling down to here,
Yes.
because of the slave trade.
Yes.
What was the name of their father?
The man that came from the Ife is called Obenobe. Obenobe. If you go to the runabout now, you will see his statues there. It's called Obenobe. That is Obenobe. That is the name of Obe. We are just doing the abbreviation.
How many children did he have?
If I can remember, he has almost 16, because all those people that migrated from here, they are his children. They are his children.
You can't remember all of them.
Very large family. And other friends with him. He was a warrior. So he must have his own clue that always move with him.
The wife that gave birth to these 16 children, was he one woman that gave birth to them all?
At least a man, a caliber man like that, and a warrior cannot have only one wife. And if you say I should begin to measure them, which means we are going to go astray. And what I know, he has more than one wife.
But did you know where any of the wife came from?
Both of them moved from Ife.
Okay, they came down from
Yes,
Ife together.
Ife, yes.
Do they have any other community again that people from this Okpe settle outside, like that Bayelsa or another state that they settle?
Like the Onogboko is settled in Okwale.
Okwale.
Yes, in Undokwa East. Onogboko is there. Settled in Okwale land, Undokwa East. And some other communities too.
Do those people that settle in Okwale, do they also come here to do the culture?
They bear Okpe. Initially, when they were not having their own clan, they bear Onogboko Okpe. But now they have their own clan. They have their own traditional ruler. Now, that is to tell you how great this kingdom is. Now we have produced more than 6 to 7 traditional rulers. Like the Ororobe, the Ofagbe, Ozoro, Onogboko. They have their own traditional, they have their own clan.
When he was, during the olden days, our forefathers, there was nothing like church then. So they believe in tradition. They believe in having a deity that guide them, that lead them to war, protect the people and all that. When he was coming from that Ile Ife, was there any deity that he came back with that you could see worship till now?
Exactly. That is the one we are calling Oro. The Oro is there to protect sons and daughters of this kingdom. He came with that dentist. Until today, we observe that dentist. We give him a great honor.
These other communities, do they still worship that same deity or they have their own?
Yes. Anytime we want to do the feast, we invite them. They both came and celebrate with us. That is what I said earlier.
When you talk of cultural festivals, how many festivals that you could do in remembrance of this your father, your forefather?
Like number 1 is the Oro cultural heritage. Then we have the lake we are talking about. We do it as a feast too. People go there and celebrate, which will be coming maybe a few days from today. If you people don't mind, when we put the date, I will tell my boy, you will come and cover the lake. Then we have other traditional things we normally celebrate time to time.
During the olden days, our forefathers has one unique way of living there. No, sometimes they will come to a particular place like this. If they see that this place is okay for them to settle for hunting, fishing, and all those things, they will fight with those people, chase them away, take over the land, occupy it as if you have strength. Was there any community that they fought war with then?
If we talk about a war, that is why I'm telling you that the whole of Isoko was a free land which nobody have stepped on. And this man called Obenobe settled. And when he settled, he now give a very gap, a larger gap. If we are talking about boundary, we share common boundary with Ozoro, which the Ozoro is from here, because he moved very far to settle so that we can acquire enough land. So we did not fight with anybody before we acquired the place. It's only when the Iri now come to settle, they were trying to collect the part of the land that where fight, a little fight now come from. And we allow them to settle because they are human like us. And we, like what I said earlier, that we entertain, we welcome strangers. And they are living with us freely. We stay freely. We do everything together. In short, we are happy.
Do people have a kind of a particular language that you speak that the whole Okpe know like can speak, or do people have another, like up to like let's say 3 different languages that you speak that maybe these people will hear this and they will not hear this? This Okpe will speak and this close community will not hear, or is it one language that the whole Okpe is known?
Like Okpe Isoko, we have a common language, one language, and entire Isoko we almost connected. We hear each other. Like Okpe, when I was, the first traditional thing we observe here is presentation of kola nut, which are now addressed by our Isoko. Isoko wado, Okabarado. This is our language. We don't have any other language we speak inside. We only have Isoko language.
Do people have any, like any covenant bounding all the Soko people that exactly. You do not?
Like Okpe, we have covenant with Emide, which is an Isoko land. Emide, we don't play with them. If Emide's son come to this Okpe, he will enter my room. Anything is see or he saw in the room, he take it as his own property. We don't see our blood. So we have covenant with Emide.
Is it only the Emide that you have covenant with?
Yes, it's only Emide. Then the rest communities, they are our friends.
Talking about the covenant that the Okpe have with the Emide, what brought the covenant? Was there any fight then that led to?
Like Okpe today, the Okpe was a very strong man. And any warrior, once they meet with another warrior, they always try themselves. And both of them fought and understand themselves. Is then you say, from today, you are my friend. Then I enter a covenant that from today, we shall not see our blood. Anything I have is yours. Anything you have is mine. If their children commit any crime within their children, once they come here, we do a little sacrifice, cleansing, is all. It's done.
But if they did not know?
It will grow to a stage. They will get to know that the problem is from so mistake or anything that happened previous.